All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. I hope you guys had a fantastic 4th of July weekend if you live in the States. I hope you had some good quality time relaxing with your friends and family. I know I did, but let's catch up on everything that I missed that happened this weekend. So let's not waste any time here. The first story that I have for you guys today, Phil Heath calls out Brandon Curry right off the bat. A recent training video posted on Andre Dew's YouTube channel titled Brutal Leg Day with Derek Lunsford and Hani Rambod. So Andre, Derek, and Phil. Of course, the common thread that they all share is the same coach in Hani Rambod. So at around 6 minutes into this video, they call Phil Heath during their training session. And they're asking Phil, how do Andre's legs look? And then they show him Derek's legs, and how do Derek's legs look? And basically, Phil's response when he is shown Derek's legs is they're better than Brandon's. And a lot of people are speculating, why would Phil even bother keeping a rivalry going with Brandon and continuing to criticize Brandon if he has no intention of competing with Brandon ever again? So this led a lot of people to speculating that that Phil might still come back in 2021. Let me roll that clip for you guys right here.
Phil, give some motivation to this guy.
Hey, how are you?
He's showing his Bentley.
What up? Just kings doing king shit, man. You want to be Mr. Olympia, but you don't drive a Bentley. I don't understand.
Yeah, Bentley with big wheels.
Exactly.
What about these wheels? What do you think of these wheels right here?
I mean, they're training wheels.
Come on. Let me focus.
He's on his way, man. He's gonna be just fine.
Good. What's going on, Phil? Let's see those legs. Show him the legs.
Thanks, man. Well, they're better than Brandon's. You can teach them some things.
Oh, man.
I mean, damn.
Savage.
This guy is savage.
So what do you guys think about this clip to start things off? I really didn't think it was too serious. I thought it was just kind of playful and joking, but what would be the point if Phil isn't going to be competing again? And keep in mind, Brandon did do what a lot of people thought Brandon could never do. Brandon did beat Phil at the 2020 Olympia. Brandon was second and Phil was third, and a lot of people thought that was something that Brandon couldn't do. So I think just as big of an accomplishment as Rami winning the show, I think was Brandon actually beating Phil. So maybe that rivalry is still there, and maybe there is some bad blood still between Brandon and Phil. But let me know in the comment section below, do you guys think Phil's going to be making a comeback, and why do you think he made these comments about Brandon? Or do you want to see Phil make a comeback? Let me know. Now, next up in the news, here's a pretty big physique update when it comes to physique updates. William Bonac posting a 12 weeks out physique update, a back double biceps, and he has the caption on their current physique update, I'm sitting at 12 weeks out from the Arnold Sports and 14 weeks out from the Olympia 2021. What do you guys think? He wants to know what you think. And I think he looks pretty good. And Sergio commented in the bottom down there. He says, I think you look so good you should just skip the Arnold. And William says, thanks for the compliment, my brother, but it's not working. And Sergio does make a good point. Bonac is not a guy that we should write off. He's a guy that has won the Arnold before multiple times. And right now, with no confirmation of Phil or Brandon or he who shall not be named doing the Arnold Classic, I think Bonac realistically is one of the scariest names in that lineup to all the other bodybuilders competing because he is a past champion. He is a top 3 Olympia placer. And I think he's looking pretty damn good for 12 weeks out of the Arnold. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about how Bonac is looking? We don't really get that many Bonac physique updates. So this is kind of a rare treat for the Bonac fans out there. So what do you guys think? How's he looking? You think he's going to do well? Do you think he's going to win the Arnold? And where do you think he's going to fall in the Olympia this year? All right, so next up in the news, fan favorite but not an IFBB pro, GoodVito Vitaly Ugonikov, the Russian bodybuilding sensation that has kind of taken the world by storm last year. A lot of people were really big fans of this guy's physique. Mass monster, super young guy. He's only 23 years old. He posted a couple physique updates here. So this is an off-season physique update. He's getting ready to prepare for his next show and start his next preparation phase. Now, you've got a front double bicep here. You've also got a rear lat spread. This one just kind of showing off his size. And then today, he posted another physique update, which I really enjoyed. I'm a fan of classic old-school bodybuilding and these old-school poses. And he hit what is called a crucifix pose here. So to some of the younger guys that might not know, a crucifix pose is essentially, it's a lot like a front double bicep, but you don't actually bend at the elbows. You keep your arms straight. You're showing off the size of your forearms. You're showing off the lat flare from the front. You're trying to flare your lats as wide as possible while basically holding your arms straight out in a crucifix pose. Now, this is a really great favorite classic pose of mine. And I think he hits it very well. And I, for one, am excited to see Vitaly compete. And I've said this a couple of times, but I would love to see him on an IFBB Pro League stage, not the Elite Pro. I would love to see him compete in the Pro League or get to the Pro League. He'd have to turn pro first. But the guy's got a fantastic physique. There's no doubt about it. And every physique update that we see from him, it makes me want to see him on stage with the guys over here in the IFBB. Now, next up in the news, James Hollingshead. We're talking about physique updates. James posted several over the past couple of days, but one of the ones that I liked the most was a side chest video here. These are 14-week-out updates for James. He's 14 weeks out of the Olympia, and I think he looks really good in these updates. As I've said, it's really hard to find anything negative to say about James' physique at this point. It's really hard to be critical because he does look so good. He's such a big guy. And what we saw, I'm really basing it, you got to base a lot of guys on their last showing, their last performance, and how they did there. And one of the things that I liked about James, and I've said this before at his last showing, was the conditioning that he had with the size that he carried. And it looks like he's on track to do that again. So it's really hard to criticize anything because if he does that again, I think he's going to do very well at the Olympia. And he did very well to qualify for both 2020 Olympia, which he chose not to do, and also the 2021 Olympia before that season had ended. So James has been qualified all year and really didn't have the need to stress himself out and try to qualify as we get closer and closer to the Olympia. He's got plenty of time to just focus on that show, which I think is going to be a tremendous advantage for James and possibly Regan Grimes as well because he qualified very early for the Olympia. I think both Regan and James are going to have a little bit of an edge there with the fact that they don't have to worry about anything else but preparing and peaking for that one show, the Olympia. Now, next up in the news, a rare physique update from Keone Pearson getting ready for the Chicago Pro. This is 3 weeks out from Chicago. He says, we can never go back and change what has already been done or said, but we can always learn the lesson to make things better. 3 weeks out till the new version of the Prodigy. So this physique update, to the people getting confused, this is not 3 weeks out. This physique update is from last year. So he's saying in the caption here he's going to be improving on this physique for this year. So he's basically showing us this is from, I'm pretty sure this is from Chicago Pro's prep last year because I remember these pictures in that setting. So he's basically showing us here's how I looked last year and we're going to improve upon that this year. So this is how good he looked when he won last year. Imagine that he's bigger, better, and leaner than this package this year in Chicago. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Now he also has the caption in that photo, #2Pete, which I think is going to be what happens. I think he's going to win the Chicago Pro. Anybody that thinks he's not, I think they're probably going to be proven wrong. And I think he's going to go straight to the Olympia. And like I said, this is an old package. This is from his pro debut in 212. He's had a year to improve upon this, and we're going to see what that year did as far as paying off for additional size and hopefully some improved conditioning. And the final story for today, a physique update from Charles Griffen. So Charles has been a guy that's been impressing me a lot, and he's prepping for Tampa now. So for whatever reason, my understanding was that he started out with plans to do the Chicago Pro, and at some point during his prep, he decided to change his mind, and now he's doing Tampa. So he's not 3 weeks out. He's a little over 4 weeks out from the Tampa Pro. So these updates that you're seeing are not going to be going into Chicago. They're going into Tampa. So Chicago, it's looking like that's going to be a really strong show for Hunter. Hunter is like the biggest name doing that show that I know of right now. Assuming Akeem is really out of Chicago, there's really no reason for Akeem to do it. I don't know, man. It's going to be, Chicago will be interesting. Maybe some guys will show up that we don't know are showing up and maybe mix it up a little bit. Who knows? But this is the latest from Charles Griffen, and he's getting ready for Tampa. So we're going to see what happens, guys. We got a lot of shows coming up. We got a lot of good stuff. We're just months away from the Arnold Classic, months away from the Olympia. I think September and October are going to be 2 really big months on this channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. I never say this, but make sure you hit that bell notification button. A lot of people will say they don't get notified when my videos get posted. So hit that bell and see if that helps out. Maybe it's because I never tell people to hit the bell, but see if hitting the bell notification thing, that little icon, see if that works. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out.